Hello, everyone. It's no secret that lately a real whirlwind of controversy and misunderstandings has been swirling around the creative legacy of J.K. Rowling and her famous Harry Potter universe. Today, we're witnessing a new twist in the ongoing conflict, where the spotlight of blame has once again fallen on the creator of this legendary series. And it's not just about her views on transgender identity or disputes with companies like Warner Brothers. It's much more personal, involving those who were once affectionately called her screen children. These are the stars who, even in their youth, referred to her as Mom, and became symbols of an entire era and the embodiment of a fairy tale for millions of fans around the world, including right here in the USA. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button because there's plenty more fascinating detail ahead. How did it all begin? Back in 2020, when Rowling voiced her opinions on issues related to the transgender community, the world was shaken and divided. It was at that time that the main phase of public backlash against the author started. And at the very forefront of the criticism were those who had once been considered her closest partners in creating this magical world: Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. These actors, who had become the very symbols of a bygone era, suddenly found themselves at the center of a scandal, as their public statements and vigorous support for transgender rights sparked a storm of discussion in the media, on social networks, and on television. Taking a closer look at the situation, one can notice that there was a time when Rowling preferred silence, leaving all the accusations unanswered. For several years, she stayed out of public discourse, providing no explanation regarding her former colleagues. However, as time passed and public pressure and mounting criticism grew, in 2024, she finally decided to raise this painful subject once again. Now, with the writer stepping into the public arena with sharp statements. The situation has taken a new turn, and as it turns out, the roles have completely reversed. Remember how, not long ago, Rowling stated on social media, "Stick your explanations and apologies where the sun doesn't shine." Words that instantly ignited a storm of negativity and intense debate. Today, several years later, the conflict has taken on new hues. J.K. Rowling has decided to lay bare her thoughts before the entire world, addressing not only transgender issues, but also the deeply personal relationships with former collaborators with whom she once enjoyed a productive creative bond. Interestingly, at this very moment, a new wave of comments has erupted online from both ardent supporters of Rowling and those firmly backing the actors. Some believe that offering any explanations regarding such an old conflict is pointless, while others insist that a public apology is the only way out of this mess. One social media user even commented, "Rowling, I'm just waiting for Daniel and Emma to publicly apologize to you. I'm sure you'll forgive them." To that, the creator of the fairy tale replied with her characteristic bluntness, "Forgiving them might not be safe. Celebrities who have used their platforms to support the transition of minors should reserve their apologies for those who have been truly harmed." It appears that Rowling has now decided to switch places with those she once considered her screen children, and is actively taking shots at them online. And just recently, a new, rather amusing episode unfolded that has sparked a flurry of reactions among pop culture enthusiasts. According to reports in the Anglophone press, J.K. Rowling once again addressed the issue in a new social media post. In her message, she asked, "Which actor or actress instantly ruins a film for you?" and added, "Guess from 3 attempts. Sorry, but it was irresistible." Without naming any specific names, she made it clear that she was referring to those stars with whom her relationships had deteriorated so much after years of fruitful collaboration. Many journalists and bloggers view this as another instance of trolling aimed at her former favorites, whom the author believes betrayed her trust and ended up on the other side of public polarization. If you recall the history of the relationship between J.K. Rowling and the actors, it becomes clear that it all started back in 2020 when the writer expressed her opinion on transgender policies. What seemed like a singular event then turned out to be the catalyst for subsequent conflicts. Now, several years later, the situation has escalated to the point where even the actors are distancing themselves from their former positions. Daniel Radcliffe has admitted that since the public spat, he has hardly had any contact with Rowling and does not plan to resume the relationship in the foreseeable future. Emma Watson, known for her active civic stance, also does not hide her disagreement with the author's views, while Rupert Grint has publicly stated that times are changing, and although he may not agree with what Rowling says, she will always remain a part of his history. Recent news reports from the USA and Western Europe indicate that public opinion is shifting rapidly. Many commentators note that the current political climate in the United States is pushing more and more people to reject radical gender ideology. Issues such as the participation of biological males in women's sports and the replacement of traditional gender terms with more neutral expressions are actively discussed on television and online. For instance, several sports organizations, like World Athletics and the NCAA, have already begun taking measures to protect women's sports, sparking intense discussions among experts and sports fans alike. In the medical field, the situation is also undergoing changes. Countries that once led in providing gender transition services to minors, such as the United Kingdom, Sweden, and Finland, are now reevaluating their approaches after evidence emerged of negative consequences resulting from hasty decisions. All of this undoubtedly resonates in public opinion around the world. According to the latest data, even in the USA, where traditional values have always played a significant role, a paradigm shift is underway. Many experts believe that gender policy issues became a key element in the recent elections, with protests against inclusive policies gaining momentum. Although opinions remain divided, one thing is clear. At the heart of it all lies a desire among people to protect their rights and preserve traditional values. In this context, J.K. Rowling emerges as a figure who, despite all the accusations, continues to wield considerable influence and significance for many. Moreover, the online community is split into two camps. On one side, supporters of the actors argue that Rowling herself is to blame for fueling hate and division. On the other, there are those who believe it's high time to put young stars in their place. Stars who seem to have forgotten their roots. In this battle, many social media users leave comments urging others to subscribe to channels, hit the like button, and share their opinions. After all, every voice matters, especially in an era when information spreads at lightning speed. From the perspective of an American reader, it's clear that many people in the USA see this conflict not only as a personal drama, but also as a reflection of global trends in society. In a country where freedom of speech and diversity of opinion have always been paramount, debates surrounding gender politics and transgender rights are particularly relevant. Here, in a nation where millions of people strive for justice and equality, each story like this resonates deeply. So, if you want to stay informed about these unfolding events, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Many American journalists and analysts observe that the situation surrounding J.K. Rowling isn't merely a conflict between a famous author and her former colleagues. It's a phenomenon that reflects broader changes in societal consciousness. As reported by leading news agencies, this conflict has become a symbol of the struggle between traditional values and new societal trends. In various interviews, representatives from both sides assert that the crux of the matter lies not only in gender politics, but also in the ability to stand by one's convictions in the age of social media, where every word and post can spark a major public reaction. It's also important to note how this conflict is influencing the entertainment industry as a whole. Experts point out that the situation with J.K. Rowling and the Harry Potter actors is undermining long-held stereotypes about a magical world where good always triumphs over evil. Now, the focus has shifted to the question of celebrity accountability for their words and actions, particularly when they use their platforms to promote certain ideas. Many American bloggers and critics express the view that this is a time for honest dialogue, where each side can express its perspective without fear of ridicule. Furthermore, social media is abuzz with discussions about how celebrity views have evolved over time. Many followers note that the younger generation of actors, such as Radcliffe, Watson, and Grint, have long since abandoned outdated norms and are actively voicing their support for equality and inclusivity. This, of course, provokes mixed reactions among the older generation, which is accustomed to a certain order. However, these changes are precisely what fuel this new round of debate, allowing everyone a chance to express their views. In any case, the situation remains extremely tense and multifaceted. On one side, we have the renowned creator of Harry Potter, who, despite all the accusations, continues to stand by her point of view, believing that her stance is justified and backed by personal experience. On the other side, the actors and many of their supporters maintain that any attempt to demean or condemn those supporting transgender rights is unacceptable in today's society. For an American audience which is accustomed to active participation in public debates, this conflict is especially intriguing. In the USA, every voice matters, and the freedom to express opinions is a cornerstone of a democratic society. So if you want to stay on top of the latest news and join the discussion, don't hesitate to leave your comments, subscribe to our channel, and hit that like button. Your opinion truly matters and can influence the future of this dialogue. Finally, it's worth saying that the conflict between J.K. Rowling and the Harry Potter actors is just one facet of the broader cultural and social dynamics of our era. It shows how our perceptions of traditional values have changed and highlights the importance of balancing the past with the future, between established norms and new trends. Perhaps in a few years, we'll look back on these events as a pivotal moment in the evolution of public opinion. A moment that sparked new trends and helped many people realize that dialogue and respect for differing views are the keys to harmonious coexistence. Dear friends, if you enjoyed our overview, please remember to subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and, of course, like this video. We love seeing your comments and discussions as they make our content vibrant and engaging. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.